Hi guys, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Tonight we are going to just get messages from our ancestors. They were chiming me, so let's just dig right in. All right, guys. So it's the day before the full moon in Libra that I'm recording this on the 31st. Hopefully I can get it up tonight for you guys. Ooh, boundaries. Okay. This is interesting. They're directing me to these two little birds at the bottom here. I don't know if you guys can see those. And there's something coming through in regards to like messages and communication needing to be grounded. In the midst of the rubbish, stay grounded. So I'm not sure what that means. You may need to organize your thoughts. You may need to rethink and reestablish the connections that you have. That's coming through. There's something about vulnerability as well as like protection. I'm hearing the word covenant. So this may be, when they say covenant, that always makes me think of like a contract or some type of like an agreement, okay? So this could have to do with some sort of agreement, but it feels very isolated, like an agreement that you're making with yourself. You may have to establish some sense of boundaries around others to protect yourself. So it could be self-sufficient. I'm also hearing self-seeking, but it's for the good. For some of you, you have like something coming towards you that seems, it's almost like they're showing me like lost and found, guys. Like something that was lost is coming your way, okay? And you may have to establish a boundary. This also too is giving me the vibes of like gossiping, like chit-chatting, like, you know, like maybe someone or others seeing how rooted you are, how much you've grown, how much you've matured, and them being challenged by that. So maybe somebody that's at a distance from you, someone that's hidden from you. It does feel very much like someone who may not necessarily be on your side, because there's something about not allowing yourself to be too vulnerable with this situation or this person, because she's protecting herself. On the other side of this wall, there are these clouds, so she can't really see what's on the other side of the wall. So it's like you don't know exactly what's heading your way. You don't know. Oh, so this could even be a situation where you're going to have blessings coming your way, and your ancestors are advising you to learn how to root yourself in those boundaries right now. Okay, because it's literally like she's grounded in the weeds, but also in growth, in opportunities is what I'm hearing. Yeah, they're telling me ding 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 dong ding. Yes, this is the right message. Okay. So as you see these as these opportunities come closer towards you, so like you see how the clouds are coming towards her. So as these opportunities, aka clouds, approach you, there's a need for you to protect yourself, because behind those clouds, they're saying not only are blessings, but also are hindrances, challenges, right? Things that want to obstruct your view and stop you from being able to see how powerful you truly are. All right, it was 411 when I looked at the timer. I was like, that took me a while to get there, but yeah, we're going there. So you may be like coming out of the dark in some situation. Something may be exposed to you or communicated to you, and it does seem like it's bountiful, because I'm seeing the word bountiful. And you may be, it definitely feels like it's something new, like something you haven't done before, somewhere you haven't been before, something you haven't experienced before. and they're advising you to be sure to maintain your boundaries. So you could have done a lot of self work. You could have done a lot of reestablishing, redefining yourself, the way that you operate and the spaces that you allow yourself to operate in life. Like maybe you used to hang around a certain group and now you've adjusted and shifted that. You're no longer doing it. Sorry, I'm trying to fix the camera. And so the work you've been putting in has allowed you to be open to new experiences, new opportunities, maybe even new friend groups with the little birds here. But what they're saying is that all of the lessons that you've learned, you're needing to ground in those so that they go with you. It's almost like you are being asked to be so deeply rooted in who you are and in those established boundaries that no level of vulnerability will prevent you from acting outside of your box, your boundaries that you've now established. And I don't want to say box because I don't like to think that any of us are boxed in, but it's like you've created these new guidelines. With these new guidelines, you're now needing to ground yourself in those. It's almost like they're saying opportunities are going to be coming towards you for you to show how grounded you truly are, okay? And those opportunities could be blessings coming your way, and in order to be able to keep those boundaries, keep those roots growing, fertile is what they're saying. To keep the roots fertile and grounded, stable, and allowing them to continue to grow, there's advice for you to stay grounded in that. All right, seemed like that took a lot to get out. Honor your inner knowing, the medicine mother. Yeah, see? This is so aligned too, because it's almost like you're becoming aware of the energy of something being made visible to you. This is showing up as like the sun, his crown here. So it's like something is being made, and I keep seeing this eye here. I don't know if you guys can see that there, but yeah, something is behind the clouds. Whatever's behind the clouds is going to be made visible to you. And with that, it's going to require that you stay true to you. There's something about you staying grounded in you, in your authenticity. And they're showing me too, like you notice on his ears here, it's almost like he has this covering. There's something about blocking out other people's opinions, thoughts, and ideas to maintain your happiness, to maintain satisfaction, to not get thrown off track. Because I'm also seeing this like little, it looks like an elephant tusk, as like a protector of the heart. But it's a protector of like this moon energy, a protector of your emotions. Protect your emotions, protect your ears, protect your crown, your crown and glory, the things that you are excited about, the things that make you happy. Protect the things that make you happy. These little birds are reminding me of the black phoebe. It's one of my favorite little birds. They're just so cute. They have like mohawks, guys. So something about your hair could be significant in keeping you protected. So maybe wearing like a head covering, a scarf, or something like that may be beneficial for you, especially depending on the people that you go around. And then you have the 12th house. Yeah, see, this is subconscious energy. This is why we're having a hard time making it like visible and plain in the reading, because it's in the middle of this vortex. Okay, this 12th house energy, Piscean energy here is about seeing beyond what is right in front of you. So it's like see beyond the clouds. Beyond the clouds are blessings. Beyond the clouds are opportunities. Beyond the clouds are the things that you desire. But the clouds could also be you with this Piscean energy here, because Piscean energy can become like the martyr or the victim energy when it's operating in its shadow self. So for someone, you could be anticipating something coming in, like, oh, I know it's right behind the clouds, it has to be there, it has to be there. But then you fall back into, no, it's not going to happen. Or you may fall into some, the enemy, Satan, the devil, whatever you want to call the enemy, the shadow self, whatever you want to call it, is very tricky. So it's almost like there's something that they're showing in this is like, it's not what you think it is that's actually affecting the clouds from being lifted. Maybe you think, okay, I'm waiting for this to come in and it can't come in because I keep doubting, right? And it's like your ancestors are saying, no, we're not talking about that. There's something hidden. There is something subconscious here that is, it's an inner knowing, but you're not aware that it's creating as big of a blockage as it is. Okay, so let's see what we can find out. It's almost like you don't believe that those clouds will lift. Something like that. And that is like a seed of doubt that is keeping it from happening. Oh, wow. See, look at this. The ocean of secrets, mystery, hidden knowledge, and wisdom. Okay, so it has something to do, because I'm seeing Sagittarian energy. This has something to do with your ability to expand your mind. So they're showing this too with the boundaries here, that for some of you, you could have growth that is restricted. Okay, so let's see if we can break this down. They're showing growth that's restricted as limitations, okay? So it's like you can grow, but you can only grow this far, or you can only grow this far, but you can't expand beyond that because your mind, your subconscious is keeping you stuck and trapped. It's almost like it's keeping you small, like you've grown to a teenager. Say your growth has started over when you started to heal and recover from the things you've been through. Well, you went through, the infant stage to toddler to child. Now you're at the teen stage, and it's almost like your energy is stagnant there because that teenager can't get over what that inner child needs to heal beyond that step. So that's the limitation, is that teenager may have felt inadequate. That teenager may have, speaking of your inner child here, okay, so that teenager inner child may have had more struggles than the infant, the toddler, and the child. So now the teen is thinking, man, I've never been able to accomplish my dreams, my goals, my visions. Something has always stopped me. Something has always blocked me and prevented me from being able to move beyond this certain stage. And so for someone, you are trapped at that stage or at that specific age, and that inner child is needing to be almost like they're showing like a bulldozer, like pushed into the next stage. And this is going to come by reestablishing boundaries and expanding your subconscious thoughts and ideas in regards to what growth actually looks like. Because they're showing this as like, the leaves are growing on the side of concrete. She's growing in a very hard place. But on the other side of this wall is an opportunity to grow and expand without the wall there. So the wall is limiting your belief system, and it's limiting you because you're thinking that this is supportive of you, but it's actually a crutch because it doesn't allow you to expand. I'm sorry, I'm hitting the mic. It doesn't allow you to expand as far out as you need to. With the Oshun healing sage here, restoration, compassion, and wounded healer, this is showing up to state that change is here, guys. So the change that's coming through is that you are going to be able to push past this energy. You're going to push past this energy by addressing your higher self. And your higher self is much stronger than that inner child. And the higher self is going to be able to encourage your teenage self to jump over this hurdle. And it's going to happen by assessing yourself, assessing the truth, and finding clarity. Telling something about a purification process. And for a lot of you, you feel depleted in this moment. You're kind of like, I'm hearing someone say, I'm tired of something else. You see, I'm even yawning. It's like you're tired of something else coming in and constantly, needing to be accomplished before you meet this, what's beyond the clouds. You're like, I've been patiently waiting. Dude, like, I'm patiently waiting. Okay, these two, they're saying. Wow. Not the same cards. Not the same cards, guys. This is the same type of energy. An adventure and a voyage. These are similar energies. They're saying with these two cards that it's all a matter of how you see things. Either you're going to see this as a voyage, which days at sea could take forever, right? To get from one part to another or one island to another. At sea could take forever. An adventure can be shortened based on how willing you are to face it head on. It's almost like there's a decision that has to be made here in regards to which choice you're going to choose. Like, are you going to allow yourself to embrace this as a voyage, or are you going to see this as an adventure? Through both lenses, it looks like they both feel intimidating and too hard to accomplish. However, your personality is going to lead you to the one that is most appropriate for you. Like, I want to go on the voyage because I don't care how long it takes me. I could stay on the water all day, for days, months, probably forever, guys, and I probably would be happy. An adventure, I would rather face the uncalm seas than to have to face snakes, like, so it's just a matter of how you want to look at it. But there's something there about perspective, and that is a limiting belief in either of these, right? Like, you notice how I said I'd rather not have to face snakes. Well, the reality of it is if I have this stick and I have those boots on, the snake's not going to necessarily touch me. So why would that limit me from wanting to go on that adventure? So you get what I'm saying? It's like there's something small, but it's huge as far as its impact on you, and it's because it's limiting your beliefs. Okay, so the cards that are here are the Four of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. That's interesting too, because look at this. This Two of Wands is about making a decision. And then the Eight of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. I'm just going to take this card because I'm not going to pull anymore. The Five of Wands is at the bottom of the deck too, and that can represent outside influences. It also can represent outside external voices. So maybe as a teenager, you were told that, you needed to grow up or hurry up and you should be better than this, smarter than this. You should be doing more than this. You need to be like your brother or your sister. You need to go to college. And maybe you just felt overwhelmed by the experience of being a teenager. Maybe you grew up and weren't really allowed to be a teenager. Maybe you didn't experience a lot of love in the home when you became a teenager. Whatever this inner child wound is that's stumping you and leading you to a place to where you feel like you're incapable of moving beyond this, because this is something that is like beyond, how can I explain that? It's beyond what you want to be and what you want to think, but it's something that you just can't get rid of. Okay? So it's like this would be something like, gosh, I want to have, okay, good example. Thank you. Thank you, team. I want to be a millionaire. But when I was a teenager, I was poor. I didn't have any money. So now, like, my brain is consumed with the fact that I'll never be rich. Maybe you lost your dreams when you were a teenager because you didn't attain them, or you didn't think, like, maybe you didn't go to college, or maybe you went to college later or something, but there's something that happened in your teenage year that's making you now, even as an adult, feel incapable of actually getting the things that you desire. And it's an energy that keeps you engulfed in some sense of like sorrow, because it's like you can see that on the other side of this wall there are opportunities. However, you just don't think you can get to them. And so I think what that does with this Four of Swords energy is it's almost like it keeps you stuck in the energy of doing nothing because you don't believe anything's going to happen anyways. It's like no matter what I do, nothing happens. And so I think you could find yourself like starting things and then stopping with the Page of Pentacles here. You may start some things, stop them. And then I think you find yourself bored with this Two of Wands energy, where you're bored because you're expecting something, nothing happens. So you almost revert back into this Four of Swords energy where you do nothing. And there's no balance in that with the Six of Pentacles here. There's no balance in this adventure slash voyage that you're on. And in order to pave the path to true leadership, this could even be about connections, relationships, guys. You may date someone, find someone you like, someone finds you, however it goes. You may end up dating them. You may, get close to them to the point to where they're like, I actually want you to, be with me. Let's make this official. And then you're like, I'm out. Can't do it. Nope. Gotta go. It's something like that. Is like you get to a certain point and then you pull yourself back. And that's where the stagnancy comes from. The limitation comes from, because you don't allow yourself to push past the concerns. And that's because you're seeing life through the lens of being a challenge rather than finding the beauty in it. Now, I think this is interesting that they keep telling me that you have a choice, right? So you can choose to see life through the lens of being a voyage or an adventure. Now, the interesting thing is when I saw this too, just now they were telling me voyage. If you change like the wording around, like if you have a Target store near you and people say Target, it just sounds so much bougier, right? So much more enjoyable to go to Target than to Target. Like, who wants to go to Target when you can go to Target? And who wants to go to Walmart when you can go to Target? And so it's almost like seeing things through the lens of joy, finding some type of optimism, because with Sagittarian energy coming through again, Sagittarian energy is very optimistic. I'm pretty sure it's this Eight of Wands energy too. Yeah, I think that Eight of Wands is Sagittarian energy. So it's almost like the energy of Sagittarian is going to support you in this. Aries energy is very beneficial to starting new things, getting the momentum going, and kind of pushing yourself. It's very good at providing this energy. And this is what I think you need in this moment, is like a boost of energy, because it's literally like you are just waiting any second for a miracle to happen. But the miracle first has to happen within you, and it has to happen by bringing clarity to your mindset that balance is what brings in my desires, not doing nothing. And what I'm saying with that and how they're showing it to me is like embracing the fact that life has highs and lows, because no matter what you go through, look, in either card, no matter which path you choose, which that's what I was saying a moment ago, I find it very interesting that they're saying that you can choose either path. I mean, they're both going to get you to your destination. Okay, it's almost like they're reminding you that there's no wrong way. However, if your perspective would shift, you would notice that things flow a lot smoother. And I think that's why this Eight of Wands energy is here, to show that when you feel stagnant, when you feel stuck, this could even just be like as things happen in life, the highs and lows which come, just being able to ride the wave with a mature mindset, with a non-limiting mindset, okay? With a belief system that says everything is working out for me and not against me. Nothing is happening to me. It's all for me and for my family, for my children, for my spouse. It's working out for us. And everything is going to be okay. The boundary that has to be established is when you become too vulnerable in your emotions, that subconscious energy that rises up, that wants to keep you stagnant in that inner child that says, guess what? Nothing's happening. Just sit and wallow in this, with that Two of Wands energy showing up like that. You know, you have to shift the energy by tapping into your subconscious and saying, those are limiting beliefs that make me feel that I can't alchemize the energy. Those things show up to keep me stuck in my wounds rather than allowing me to move beyond that and to restore into my higher self, my authentic self. It's like it steals and robs your joy when this happens. And they're saying that if you would just see life through the lens of understanding that it is about highs and lows, ebbs and flows, then that would shift your perspective. And they're saying you can go from the Page of Pentacles to the Queen or the King of Pentacles, and very quickly. But there has to be a balance established. There has to be a balance established. And this is so crazy. I've never seen this. But they're showing me this, saying that this Two of Wands is representative of being sad, having things happen to you that challenge you, but then a light flickering right in front of you, guiding you on how to shift it. And there's something about the root chakra here that they're showing me up here. I've never even noticed this. It doesn't look like it right now, but they were showing this to me as like the root chakra symbol. I think it's like Mudlahara, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how you pronounce it. And so it's like they're showing this as like the energy of like, I am. Like, I am what? What are you? Find the light that leads you out of the darkness and into joy. And it comes with your subconscious beliefs, because that's where the limitations are. What's behind the clouds is your ability to transmute this energy. Behind the clouds is your ability to ride the waves of life, the highs and lows, and to shift it. And this happens by trusting your inner knowing, trusting your guidance. This is awesome. This is beautiful. I wanted to show this too, guys, because the thing that you're not seeing that's on this other side of accepting and receiving this, which is simply just your power, is that there are miracles wanting to just roll in for you. Okay? Like this voyage that you're on, or the adventure here, they both lead to water. There's water on the other side over here. Looks like water to me. Yeah. So it's like this, either way, you're going to be led to these miracles. But there's a journey in getting you there. And it's going to have pauses. It's going to have challenges. But it's also going to establish stability within you and it's going to allow you to see the limitations in order to grow on the other side of the wall. And the growing on the other side of the wall comes by means of releasing those limitations. God, that seemed like a lot. I was like, does that even make sense? I hope it does, guys. We're going to end the reading here. Just know that you are powerful. You know, they're showing with this Oshun healing sage, you are the sage that heals. And you start by healing yourself. All right, guys, this is beautiful. I hope that it resonates with you. If so, feel free to drop a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you don't mind. And I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.